Hey guys, welcome back to another scrap mechanic video, and today I got something really awesome to show you guys. And if you thought this was stop motion, then you are wrong. This actually is made using the Durf on-off blocks and has some incredible logic behind it. As you can see, there's a shitload of wires, and well, it plays as a GIF, but it is not only a flat GIF, you can also make 3D GIFs. I've made a script and a tutorial, well, the tutorial is this video, and later in this video I will show you guys how to do this, how to create something like this. It's basically just creating a preset and then converting it with the script. Anyway, let's have some other examples before we jump into that. So for example, this one I took from Pixel Joint, and basically I converted it into pictures and then made that. But this one is made by Disority. I've had a couple of people have a little sneak peek and an early access to this tool, and they made some awesome GIFs. So as you can see, a little man throwing a ball. We got another one over here. This one is made by Lorde. He made this awesome little splash dripping animation. So let's have a look at some other ones. This one is made by Aurora. That's a guy in Durf's Discord. A little man tripping over a block. We got 9cat, but we will look at that at the end of this video because it's huge and it actually needs another world. It almost crashes my PC. And this is my first GIF. I know, it is freaking terrible. It's supposed to be like a monster that tries to take a bite of you when you're standing in front of it. Now, this one is made by Shine Vision. This one is a little car. Yeah, that's going forward, and then this one makes it go backwards. So this car, you can see it 3D, it moves along the pathway over here, really neat. We got another splash by Lorde. It's his first try, but hey, it's something. It's better than my first try. Then we got... oh, this fire. This is made by... come on, it was 2 days ago. Forgot it. I'll just edit his name into the video. Oh wait, never mind. Mr.Wiz. So, little fire made by Mr.Wiz. As you can see, campfire or something. It's just 4 frames, but it's something. And as you can see, there's floating blocks over here. Well, floating. There are blocks underneath, but it appears to be floating because the block under it is off. Well, off. It's not visible. Now, this one is made by Retrospecs, a bird. That's really awesome. It's he actually uploaded this to Pixel Joint, so I'll have a link to his GIF online in the description below. And this is how it looks in the lift. Now, let's have a look at some other ones. This one is really awesome. I know it looks terrible over here, but that's just the problem with the generation. So I'll try to fix that in the script so it generates the these blocks as well. And when these are generated, then this will be all sorted out. So the blocks, the frames are all pasted on top of each other, and that doesn't make it freak out when actually in the lift. Like something like this. It'll look like this when you actually load it over here. But yeah, once you edit it in the world, then it'll mess up like this. Now, we got one by Paxon. This one is just a little gun or cannon, shooting a cannonball. Snake, but this one is really failed. Anyway, let's jump into the tutorial on how to make a GIF. So this one is the perfect example because it has floating blocks like that, and it makes use of the different colors. And it has about 20 to 30 frames, and yeah, well, yeah, that's it. So just first, the limitations. There are no limitations. You can make the frame size as big as you want. You can make the amount of colors as many as you want, because you can even use colors that are not in the paint tool. The amount of frames, not limited. So size and amount is not limited. You can even make floating stuff like this using pipes or wood or anything that is not stone or barrier block. But yeah, let's jump into how to create one of these. So basically, this one is a frame, this one is a frame, this one is a frame, and so on. So each frame is separated using bearings. Let me actually remove this one because it's lagging a lot. So each and every one is separated by a bearing. Now, each frame has a barrier block as a reference point, and you could say this is like x0, y0, z0. And every stone block is built relative to this one, to the barrier block. So if you put the barrier block suddenly over here instead of on the right, then, well, the frame will suddenly shift in the end result. And you didn't really want that to happen, right? You want the frame to stay in one place and to not suddenly be over here. Now, let's actually have a try at creating such a GIF. So let's start out with a barrier block because, well, whatever. You don't really need to put it inside the wood. It can be anywhere you want, but please put it at the bottom, the most bottom one, because the barrier block will be the starting point of the logic. This corner over here. And also this logic block doesn't get created in the nowhere script anymore, because the nowhere script isn't using the timer on-off blocks anymore. It's using the Durf on-off logic blocks. And let me actually show you these. So this is the logic on-off block, and it actually goes off when you give it a signal. So when over here, then it is not visible. No, wait, this is not visible state. Okay, now same is for the logic, for the timer, I mean. So if you put a timer over here and you give it a 1, then it'll become invisible. Now on to how to create one of these. So let's actually grab some stone, some wood, and barrier, and a bearing. So for example, relative to the barrier, we build over here, and we put one of these. Just because, I don't know. Now, we can just cut out that, because we don't need that. And we put a bearing anywhere on this side, or anywhere on this side, or whatever, wherever you want, but please put them in line. This will help out the script to actually find and sort the frames. So if you don't put them in line, then that could be an issue, and then your frames could be not sorted. Or even worse, the script can crash, and we don't want that to happen, right? So we added the barrier block on this frame, and we need to build relative to that barrier block again. Like that, and let's actually make a floating block. Like this. And like this. So 2 floating blocks. But in the end result, this one won't be connected to anything, because the wood doesn't exist in the end result. So what do we need to do? We either need to add an empty frame at the end of this GIF that we are not using, or we add in another frame that we are using a block over there. in this location. So let's build relative to the barrier, and over here. So got relative to the barrier. This platform, which isn't really the right size, but whatever. And then we got the block. So 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here. Okay. So that one should fit over here. Now if we make this GIF, we save it, and let's actually have a look at the tool. Alright, so this is the tool. We just click load structured GIF frames. So these are structured GIF frames. Now try to sort it by date. So the oldest one is at the top, just clicking here. Yes, this will be in another language for you, but yeah. Sorry that my Windows is in Dutch, but whatever. So this one is the latest one that we saved. You won't have this file, that is because I did some more weird shit. Anyway, this is the oldest file that you'll have, the unnamed. The script will automatically add the name of the description of the blueprint. So over here, we named the blueprint unnamed, and the script will add this file over here. So what can you do when you don't have the blueprint saved as last? So for example, you saved some other stuff after you saved the blueprint GIF. Well, then you can just search by name. You can click here your name, and you'll find a bunch of names over here. Now, yeah, I have it multiple times, whatever. You can then click open file location, and then you'll have that location, and you'll just have to load blueprint.json. For example, we can search for GIF, and then you can, well, if you save your name with anything and then GIF at the end, then you can find all your GIFs. Now let's just load unnamed file and then create a 3D GIF. Now, could optimize 51 blocks. What does this mean? Well, if a block is in the same spot, so for example this platform over here, so it'll merge these stone blocks, and these over here that select which frame is displayed will actually point to the same pixel, basically. Now this optimization costed about 1 hour, but I optimized that, and it's about 10 seconds to generate a GIF that is 100,000 blocks big. So yeah, there's no limitations. Let's actually click OK, create the 3D GIF, and load it in. Now how do you load it in? It is not in the lift menu yet. You need to actually refresh your lift by just saving a random block, and then go to the bottom, and you'll find your GIF over here. Now let's actually see what happened. We've got a lot of white stuff over here, and that is just to keep whatever you put on it together. So the logic blocks are over here, and relative to the logic blocks you build your stuff over here. So yeah, that is why we put a lot of white blocks over here. Now you can add switches, and oh, looks like we have some blocks that detached. Oh, yeah, this wasn't in line. So as you can see, that isn't in line, and that's why this one disconnected, and this one also disconnected. Anyway, once you display the GIF, you can see there's a floating block, and this one is this one over here, and this one should have been this over here, but the block disconnected because it was not in line, not relative to the to the barrier. Anyway, let's hop into the 9cat. Now, what mods does this GIF maker use? Well, you only need the Durf mod pack beta, and well, that's it. The on-off blocks are in that pack, and yeah, once you have that, you can load any GIFs you want. So yeah, this is the only thing you need to know. Download links for the script will be down in the description below. Maybe a little quick tutorial, and the link to the mod pack beta. I will actually also have a little shout out in the description below to all the people that helped me make some quick examples, and there will be also links to the GIFs I made, of course. Alright, so over here, Hindcat, this magic beauty. Now, this one was really just to push the limits, because this neon cut is freaking 100,000 blocks. Yes, 100,000 blocks. I know, it is freaking amazing. But thanks to the merging of the script, you'll get an end result like this, and sorry that it looks like this, but that's because of the extra logic, and it's only 18,000 blocks. That's because, oh crap, yeah, that is because multiple pixels point to the same block over here. For example, this blue block, it doesn't change color, it doesn't change whatever, so yeah, every single frame points to that single pixel, the same pixel. It doesn't get glitch walled or anything, opposed to over here, over there. Let's actually, if you can do this, you can see over here these are less wide than over here, so this means these pixels get all wires to them, but these have multiple blocks in them, and that is why these connections are pointed to one color over here and then the other, yeah, whatever. That is how it works. If you have any questions, post them down in the description below. I hope you make some great examples. I hope to see some great stuff on the workshop. Just mess around with it, have fun, and see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.